live stream. Please share, subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get to this live. National Guard shooting. Trump says U.S. should re-examine all Afghanis, refugees, at the suspect name. Now, I'm gonna I'm gonna agree with Donald Trump because during the Biden administration, 13 Americans was suicide bomb. And now Trump is going to use 500 troops into Washington, D.C. No, so, according to reports, we're going to go into Donald Trump has called for his government to re-examine all Afghanis, immigrants who entered the U.S. during the Joe Biden administration. After law enforcement officials identified the suspects in the shooting of two National Guard members in Washington as a man from Afghanistan. A statement from the Department of Homeland Security named the suspect a 29-year-old Afghan national who entered the U.S. under a Biden-era policy allowing the Afghans set up after the U.S. withdrawn from Afghanistan in 2021. Immigration, according to authorities, granted earlier this year, according to CNN. Now it said the shooting had occurred near the West Metro Station in the capital city, close to the White House. And the two National Guard members was in critical condition, according to reports. Now, the president called the incident an act of terror, adding, "We must now re-examine every single alien who have entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden administration." Soon after the statements, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service says it has stopped processing all immigrations requests relating to Afghan national indefinitely. The suspect, who is now in custody, was also shot and had injuries that are not believed to be life-threatening, according to a law enforcement official not authorized to discuss the matter publicly, who spoke to an AP on condition anonymity. Now it says, speaking from a Palm Beach, Florida on the Wednesday evening, Trump says he was determined to ensure that animals to pay the scariest possible prices, as we are filled with anguish and grief for those who were shot. We also feel the righteous anger, Trump says. Now, Trump also took the opportunity to wail against the immigration policies of Joe Biden, cashing the shooting as a result, as a terrorist attack, he claims, and he was formed by the Biden administration in September 2021 on those infamous flights, and everybody was talking about. Trump says the president's statement did not acknowledge the effort carried out by the U.S. military's intelligence immigration agents. Now, Trump is accusing Joe Biden during a time when he was running the election that we lost 13 Americans during the suicide bomb. Now, this destruction and fall of the world that we have known, we see is now without a doubt in process. It don't even matter whether you cast your votes, whether you vote Democrat, Republicans, the die has always been set. Now, when we refer to this world, we are referring to the world of the white man. See, for the world, the black man have yet to come in. See, the world of the black man by divine guidance is now merging in on the old world of the white race. It is no secret. It's obvious to the eyes that are open. This makes this destruction of the fall of the world of the white man to come. Now, here we see in America, we cannot see nothing but this fall we see of America. It is no secret. Now, it is obvious to all of the eyes that are open today. Now, if we want to close our eyes and mind claim that we just do not see, understand, it will be falling ourselves. This refusal to see is foolhardy, regardless to how we may desire to see how this old world stands. We do not have the power to starve off the destruction that caused the world of this white man to fall. Now, when it comes to destruction of the power that is bringing about this fall of this world of the white man, we see it's coming from God. We see in this past history of the world of this white man, there was a time of destruction of this world like the present time. Now, it is useless for you to try to prevent the fall of the white man's world. There is no checking it. The right race has not tried to do the right thing, we see. Justice. Now, the doing of justice would have checked her fall. The Bible we see in Jeremiah. But America was never willing, we see. And even at this hour we see, she is not willing to do justice by those who she had mistreated. Now, she had dealt injustice to a black one slave for nearly 500 years that she had been an arrestor. See, America have constantly burdened the poor black slave with every evil that she could imagine. We see her evil scientists who have invented more and more evil practice have not been able to invent any more evil than that which they have already put out. You see, day and night, without a let up, the white man will mistreat this poor black slave. And now, since heaven and the God of the peace, of justice, of freedom, equality, have come to his black slave, the white man is trying to make everyone that recognizes truth deviate from it. The white man will say, please do not accept it. He will make the black man a hypocrite to his own starvation. So the white man will troll the one whom he has not as yet accepted truth of their starvation. He promised them that which he will never be able to fulfill. We see America is falling. She's now losing power and authorities that she was enjoying in foreign lands. We see our fall very visible. Wherever her authorities have been excising, we see the people are now crying out, one voice, to leave us, America, go home to America. The citizens in other countries are telling American citizens, leave us. America no longer have friends. American England deposited little brother Israel on foreign soil of Palestine, which is Arab land. See, they deceived the Arabs of their own land and sent them into a different direction. This injustice against the Arabs is now causing America the power and authority that she once exercised in the East. I wonder, I wonder when Joe Biden was running his campaign in 2021. No wonder when President Trump was saying that it was exercising, that you had the Taliban but exercising military equipment. They would slaughter the U.S. This allowed Biden to have 13 American suicide bombed by the Taliban. And this thing is getting worse and worse and worse. And this is why she's on her way out of the Near East. Now, this will mean bloodshed and plenty of it. In the Near East, they're standing navies, which are neither American nor British. They are there to drive America out. The skies over there are beginning to thicken with foreign planes, carrying deadly weapons, guns, and bombs. They will not be satisfied as long as Israel is in Palestine. You know, I want to say this, not to shame you guys. This is going to be, America is going to be a Muslim country at some point. Just look what Joe Biden did. He had 13 American suicide bombs. He had to have the troops to surrender. And they left behind their military, tanks for Taliban to continue to crash. This made Joe Biden really less than a human being. Now, we see the boil has come to a very bursting point. I want to say we are in a troubled world. We are the world that is now erupting. Earthquakes and volcanoes, you see, are erupting. This thing has come to a bursting point. Black man, I want to say, was once a slave here in America. You have a way of escape. See, the way out is now your own terms. It is on the condition that you submit to Allah God and come follow me. This is the only way out. I'm the door. I have the keys to your starvation. Reject it and die. See, we are in a world, my brothers and sisters, that is falling. It will soon be going up in flame. See, in Germany, the Cold War between the East and West will soon erupt into a hot war. It will never be settled in peace now. East and West, we see Germany must and will fight it out with all the deadly weapons that the war scientists have planned and perfect for the final showdown. You do not have to worry too much about whether or not America is going to come out of Asia. Certainly, America is going to come out of Asia. The odds are against her staying there. But I warn you, my black people, my black brothers here in America, that while she's on her way home, we the black people today are standing in a crossfire. The only hope that we have is to fly to our refuge and Allah God. Look what is going on to the south of us. See, look at the many hijack, stick up the planes. See, America is afraid to put a stop to the hijack, for she knows that she's going to run into more than she expects. Now, in the very beginning of 2025, I know y'all experienced a lot of these plane crash. I want to say this to y'all. She's going to run into many of these hijacked stick-up of planes. They are coming to the United States. See, due to the Biden administration, when we look, you know what I mean, at these immigration, when we seen the border and it was flooded with legal immigration, that's when we had a big problem. See, many of them is not afraid to come here to hijack, stick up a plane. See, America is going to run into more than she least expected. Now, who would have thought that the big power America would suffer such disgrace in this day and time? See, this is to teach you and me, black brothers and black sisters, that I want to say the great power of America is becoming weak. She is falling. I said, black brothers and black sisters, join into your own kind and come follow me. For the world that you and I had known will soon be known no more. The days of America's downfall. Allah manifests this fall of America. He desired to make America fall as a warning to her brother in Europe. While America and Germany, see, Allah taught me, are the most wicked of the right race. Their wicked deeds that have been performed, still being performed by white Americans upon the so-called the slave are the worst and animal of history. It's the worst, you see. This is why Trump wants to replicate ATF, special agents, prosecution. In these major states, you see Washington, Chicago, Memphis, Portland. Now, they have been clever enough, you see, in their wickedness to make the so-called nigger slave love them. They are their worst enemies and murderers, you see. See, Allah and the person of Master Fly Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, now, you see, judges the American whites and is causing America's fall and total destruction. In Egypt, you see, under Pharaoh, is example fulfilling the signs, you see, and prophecies of the doom of these people as foretold by the prophet from Noah to Jesus. Moses and Jesus are the most outstanding prophets you see in the history of the Caucasian race for the past 4,000 years. There are several others contemporaries, but you see Moses and Jesus are the major prophets of this right race history. The whole of the civilized world today, as prophesied in Isaiah, is against this white man of America. See, Allah God hates this wicked American whites and threatened to remove them from the face of this earth. Since white America and the white race in general have deceived the entire world of black people and their brethrens, brown, red, and yellow. Allah now is causing people to wake up and see the right race as it really is, the created enemies of the darker people. As we see today, there is a general awakening of the darker people into their knowledge, self, and their old 6,000 year enemy all over the earth. So the American white race cannot sincerely give the so-called Negro slave a square deal. She only desire to deceive them. Today, America is trying against her will to give the so-called Negro civil rights, which is against their very nature and will of the white race. For the first time since this black man had been here, America falsely offered him social equality to attain parts of the countries. See, this social equality consists mostly of permitting the American black race to mix openly with the white man and his women's, the devils. See, the actual idea, however, is to grant this so-called social equality amongst the lower class of whites. This is done so that the scriptures wherein they prophesy that this white man will tempt and corrupt the so-called with his women might be fulfilled. See, God has taught me that the right race was grafted unlike, and being unlike, was able to attract this black man and black woman, getting them to do all the evil known to this right race. One of the prophets of the Bible prophesies in regard to America as a morning star aboard upon the mountain. We see a great and strong people set in battle in Joel chapter 2, verse 2. See, this is a setting of nations for a showdown to determine who will live on earth. The survivor is to build a nation of peace, to rule the people of earth forever under the guidance of Almighty God, Allah. With the nation setting forth for a final war at this time, God plead for his people, the inheritors of the earth, the so-called Negro. Now I want to say, America can boast, and she will boast of how many, equipment she has, how many artillery she has, and she can talk about how she can destroy continents, but nevertheless, that will not do anything of what's coming and what's approaching. Now, the so-called Negro is a prey and has always been a prey of the white man of America and being held firmly in these white man's powers, along with 2 million Indians who must be redeemed at this time. Now in Ezekiel 37, it talks about these dry bones that will be resurrected. Now, our ancestors is coming. Now, dry bones that was resurrected in the valley. See, in the valley, brothers, I'm gonna translate this parable to you. Our people being killed all through the valleys and the streets and their cities. Now, Ezekiel declared these dry bones will be resurrected now. Now, these bones that was resurrected are coming back here. Now, when it comes to 2 million Indians who must be redeemed at this time and will be if the so-called Negro turn to his Redeemer. Now, the problem of the American black man is his unwillingness to be separated from his 400-year-old enemy. Now, this is the problem we have, that we must be separated from this enemy. And the problem of the American black man is his unwillingness to be separated from his 400-year-old enemy. So the problem, therefore, is harder to solve, especially when the enemy is trying to fascinate the Negro with his lower class girls and women, deceiving them partly nude before the Negro in every public you see. News, media, cheap daily newspaper, magazine, radio, TV. And the Negro is quick to intimidate. And he is always quick to be intimidated because he offers you some, show, and you on this TV show, 24 hours, 7 days a week, talking about your personal life. He's talking about sex preferences. If it's not for you to go along with him. Now, I want to say the problem between the two people that we need to talk about is the separation of the so-called Negro, so that they may be accepted and respected as equal and superior. The other nation must be solved today. See, this is God's promise to the American so-called Negro, the lost and found members of the original black nation of this earth. See, this problem was made through the mouth of his prophets, the Bible, and Quran, that he would separate us from our enemies and dignify and make us the master after this wicked race had been judged and destroyed for his own evil. But as I said, the solving we see of this problem, which means the redemption of a Negro, is hard to do since he loved his enemy. We see this Bible, Deuteronomy 18:15, Psalms, Isaiah, Matthew, and Revelation. We see the manifestation of Allah and this judgment between the so-called and enemy of God. And the nation of Islam will make the so-called Negro see and know his enemy, himself, his people, his God, and his religion. We hear the statements in black educational, political, and Christian class which expressed their love for this white man, probably asked him to be his brother, if not his brother-in-law. Now, this class wants to make it clear to the world that they really love the white race and not the black race. This means that they want to be white instead of black. See, the devil has made them hate black, to reject the thought of black ever being a ruler or equal with the rulers. They act boldly from inferiority, not only for themselves, but for their people. They want to assert themselves and their kind, especially the so-called American Negro, into a race of white people. They are ending the black race. It is just the opposite with Allah, God, and myself, and my followers. See, we want out completely. We want no claim to kinship with a people who by nature are not our kin. Read from Genesis to Revelation in the Bible, from Surah chapter 2 to Surah 114 of the Holy Quran. By no means are the so-called Negro and the white kins. See, God did not create them brothers, nor did he create them to ever become brothers. One is create an enemy against the other. And since the righteous are more powerful than the wicked, Allah, the God of the righteous, set a time of reckoning for the enemy, the white man. Separation. We want separation. See, we want a home on this earth we can call home. We want to go for self and lead this enemy who have been sentenced to death by Allah. Revelation 20, 10 and 14, on the day he was created. See this subject in the Bible and Quran. No one, and I mean no one, white, black, brown, yellow, red, can prove to me by any scriptures of Allah, God, sent by one of the prophets of Allah, God, that we should not be separate from this right race, and that we should believe and follow this religion, dictate, shaped it, formed it by the white race, theosophicant. The coming of Allah, we see in the judgment of this wicked world, is made clear by the prophet saying of the prophets, the so-called reverends, and the proud intellectual class are doomed to destruction with the enemy if they remain with him instead of joining in into Allah, who loved them and who will deliver them in the nation of Islam. The so-called Negro must be warned of the great mistake that they make in following the leaderships of those who love and befriend their murderers. This will not get them freedom or civil rights. See, some of us, we love this white man. And I'm going to keep it real. Some of us is willing to marry the enemy. You want to integrate with the enemy. And some of you are in love with the enemy. So if God sends down his judgment on the enemy that you are in love with, some of you say, well, no, God. See, I ain't going with you unless I bring white people with me. Yes, this is you. See, some of you would say, well, the hell with you, God. I know that there's some good white people. Then you start making yourself busy, trying to find someone good and tell to your God, to your own God. See, you remind me of Abraham. See, where Abraham went to the angels and said to the angels, will you destroy the righteous with the wicked? He said, well, go see, can you find 50? You'll find 50. I will not spare the city. See, Abraham couldn't find 50. Then he said, well, go see, can you find 40? Then he said, well, go see, can you bring 30? He said, well, go see, can you bring me one outside of Laos and his family? If you can just bring me one, I'll spare the city. You see, God delays judgment so that the people that he has judged are not worthy of what they're about to get. Now, white America is falling. Her doom has come, and none said the prophets shall help her in her days of her downfall. Now eat, America. Help yourself to the desert of the earth which you have prepared for us. You eat it now. See, she had opposed the innocent ones who is not opposing her. You murdered the innocent ones who is not opposing you. So in the Bible, God plead with you to fly out of her and seek refuge in him. Revelation 18 verse 4 tells us that Satan will change your mind about falling a doomed people, a people who hate you and your kind, and who calls one who teach the truth about them being the real haters. They are the producer of hater of us. We are with God, the righteous. The days of trouble, we see that the days of trouble has now come to us from Almighty God Allah. See, God is the real owner of the heavens and earth. See, Allah God has created heaven, and then he let it out to a forging right race for them to enjoy themselves in it for a while. Now we have seen that they have proved unworthy of such glorious creations. And we have seen that now the God is the owner of this heaven and earth. And he is ready to take over and rule it for himself. And we have seen never no more with this earth, and nor this heaven and earth be let out to these white owners. It is a great wisdom taught to us. And let new creatures, right race, try their knowledge of mastering that which they was not made to master, which we knew when we made them that they will not be able to master the original creation for long. For as long as we, the black people, are the planet, see, there's no new creatures that can put in order for ruling that which we already have, and we are in it. It is such a rise peace we see at work that have been done. The wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the originator of this creation is just. There is no comparison anywhere to make. There is no such thing that the originators can put the planet aside out of the hole and let someone else just take over. This race we see, the right race, has not been successful in ruling according to their own will and according to the real owner. For the right race have to use the original materials that himself has created. There is nothing of which this white man can call himself the creator. So therefore, since this white man would continue to make trouble, which by nature he was made to do, we do not see any way out of trying to live with this white man in peace. To the nature of the white man is ever causing unrest amongst himself and amongst us too. So the white man just cannot make peace for himself because of his nature. Now, they speeding this whole thing up. If you can't make peace, that means you speeding up destruction that's come here. Because she can't never make peace no matter where she goes. See, peacemakers, when they say peace, peace, as though they want all the world to be at peace. After America loved managing to other people's affairs, she can't never keep her nose clean. She's at every governmental affairs. If it matters not with whom or where. But peace, peace, they say when there's no peace. Now, the white race, they want to remove us, the black people. But in order for this white man to remove us, the black man, he would have to move the whole entire heavens and make the heaven bowl anything like life. Then from a void, we have to just start all over again and create life. For the life in the universe is life that we, the black people, have established. Now, we see today, God has decided that we, the black people, we cannot get along today with this white man in peace. And that we know that the white man must be removed. This is why they so furious. See, I keep it real. We keep it real. They tell you about, see, I'm going to say this. This is why it says, finally be strong in the Lord and his mighty powers. Put on the full armor, God, so that way you can take your stance against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against the cosmic, of this principalities of this dark world. See, they tell you about this cosmic. They tell you about a UAP. They tell you about a three-eyed atlas, but 40% they say it's an alien probe. I've been right ever since. I've been telling you about the mother planes and how it's going to come 40 miles through Earth gravity. I've been telling you that this is a plane not to be played with, because other planes come out of the motherships. You got 1,500 small planes come out of these ships. And they are so fierce of what's coming. And I'm telling you why they're here. Because of this wicked system, of this satanic system that you all believed in. See, this is why God sent a powerful illusion, so you will believe all the lies you've been told, all the fabricated stories you didn't heard. This is why God used a powerful delusion to blind the people. The veil was sit on the eyes of the people so that they won't see the glory that was passing. So I want to say, so therefore, to get away from our own life, which was created by the black man, so that a new life can come in, we will have to rid the space of life which belonged to us, the black man. And when the space was rid of life that we, the black people, had to create, see, another one had to create life of his own making. See, we are the poor black people here in America. We must be changed into a new, different people altogether. So Allah God, who came in a person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise or due forever, has taught me. See, this old world is not going to stand. Something I've been saying that's mighty is here. And it's going to change up their civilization. Something that's here is going to change their system. Because she can't no longer, see, the wicked can no longer prosper. And she can no longer rule. See, Pharaoh had to give it up. Pharaoh and his political party had to give things up. America will have to pack up sooner or later. See, America will have to concentrate on that continent of Europe, or else concentrate on their death instead of their life. See, they can no longer rule this black man. So God, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise or due forever, has taught me, but not a complete make of us. See, we will be renewed in what we are in now. We call it a new thing. There will come a day when we, the black people, will have a completely new thing for man and earth and heaven above us. But according to the scientists, God will cause this to go into a new thing. Not a complete destruction of the old, where there is no root to grow something from. Not this time. See, the thing that Allah God would like to do now and will do is to destroy the work of the devils. As the devil would like to destroy God's work, what God has created. So the devil cannot destroy God's creation because the devil has no part in the creation of the first creation. And since the devil has no part in the first creation, This make the devil unable to lay hold to the power that would destroy the first work of God. The main thing which I keep mentioning of to make you discuss is something for this black man in America who has spent his life long and sleeping in ignorancy of the knowledge of that which he is in. But as soon as the black man can awaken to the knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold to that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of the first creation. A lot of God wants to put the black man back into power. The way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make this black man all over again to master power after giving the black man the authorities. Now, look at the poor, once pitiful black man in America. Look how he tried to reach for himself and now making a fast progress in that which God leave for him to understand. See, the black man conversations always change. The black man way of thinking has changed. His actual physical form has changed. It's a great thing to have come to this black man America. The black man America is getting happier and happier. It's not hard for this black man America to get rich. For he's getting rich from his own wisdom. See, no one have given him anything. See, no one came to the poor man Lazarus. No one aided him. See, no one came to us. We're not begging for white America to give us anything. See, white America is fierce. See, we're just sitting back. See, this is why Trump want to hire 50 more, or I say 500 more troops into Washington, D.C. See, the government was only shut down because of what's coming. This is why they shut down the government, because of what's coming. They're more inferior than we. So when it comes to this black man and his future, see, this black man, his future is so beautiful that we can comprehend it. See, the biggest thing that will stand before us is qualification. See, let us get qualified to master this house that God is going to give us before someone tried to rob us of that master in the house. If they rob us, my brothers and sisters of the house, I'm sorry for us. So I say to you, black brothers and sisters, do not be foolish. See, the kingdom of heaven will be given to you and to me. Have patience to receive it. This is why what's coming here is a new Jerusalem. Now, inside these motherships is a city. It's a new human-made planet. And how I know this is because I seen the motherships. That's why they talk about a 12-mile long tail. They've been saying, I'm quite sure y'all heard, they said that it's the size of a Manhattan, state. See, in Revelations, in the I believe, first chapter talks about a new Jerusalem. Inside the mothership is a new human-made planet. It's a new human-made planet. So we know shocking revelation of this Bible that I can walk with, that I can teach you. It won't be a good day for the enemy. It won't be a good day for those people who worship Satan. Because the Lord had not cut short the time when no human being would even survive it. But now, for the sake of his elect, he has shortened times. Times is short. America have some big decisions that they have to make. The day of decision. Think you have long to decide can be the greatest mistake people made in the past. See, knows people, locks people. Now, with the end we see of the rule of this right race over the black people of the earth in sight, face to face. See, we still have to deal with each other according to the actual fact which exists between the two nations, black and white. See, with the nature of desire of this right race to continue their rule, suggestion of the darker people, even though the white man recognized these facts, he will continue to try holding on into his rule, his suggestion, his thinking of what he has inquired under such rule, that which is his. He cannot today give up his prey, his concessions. See, the merchandise which he has is split out from under the nose and eyes of the real owners, black man. See, this is the idea Pharaoh had. Let our people go. Pharaoh political party refused. So you see, Pharaoh political party came to an end. And with Pharaoh being a hard taskmaster, see, the people was so complaining, and God heard the cries of his people, but they went back into Egypt. You got too comfortable. See, a lot of us, we get comfortable of what the government can offer us, but they take it away right before they can offer it back to you. And now you are starving of unemployment and finding any way where you can have a nice Thanksgiving meal. They was trying to really put the claps in. Really trying to stop us. But the God will supply all our needs. And see, when he is willing to shed the blood of his own people, and that of others to hold into that which is his. And he called his legal possessions. See, when America is not willing to let ends meet to make good this day. This is why the nation suffer. This is why a race of people suffer. Too much careless mistakes, too much of you using your power, too much of this dictatorship that people don't want to see. The tables is now turning. The tables, I say, is now turning.